Coming up on Look Today, well, the city of Saratoga Springs responds to recent flyers promoting the KKK. Plus, volunteers from the Fresh Air Fund of the Lower Adirondacks attend a conference in New York City. We've got those details. And Lake George Village and town officials discuss the purchase of a new fire truck. All ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. And on tonight's program, I sit down with June Waters. She's the new director, World Awareness Children's Museum in Glens Falls. And she's here to talk to us about her new position and the programming that's going on at the museum, especially over the current winter break. Plus, I also sit down with Allison D'Antonio. Now she's Mission Advancement Director at the Saratoga Regional YMCA. We're joined by Andrew Bobbitt, he's the CEO. And they're here to talk about their annual capital campaign and give us an update on all of the programs at the Y. Plus, we've got your winter weather for the Tri-North counties, but first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, we told you about this a couple of weeks ago, actually. Started to talk to you about this a couple of weeks ago. After the recent flyers promoting the KKK were found on cars throughout the city of Saratoga, the City Council addressed the issue at the council meeting this past Tuesday night. Now, a resolution was unanimously passed to condemn organizations that condone hate speech or other hateful activities. While we were at the meeting, Peter Martin, the Commissioner of Public Safety, spoke about the resolution.
It is the hope of this City Council that our community uses this incident as an opportunity to reaffirm the open-minded and welcoming nature of our city and its residents. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Saratoga Springs condemns organizations condoning hate speech and reaffirms this city's commitment to diversity, inclusivity, and love.
Now, we've invited Peter to come on for an interview, by the way. In the meantime, you can watch the Saratoga City Council meeting in its entirety, uninterrupted, unedited, right here on Look TV, or visit our website. It's available there, looktvonline.com. In other news, well, volunteers, Fresh Air Fund of the Lower Adirondacks, recently attended the annual Friendly Towns Leadership Conference in New York City. Now, over the course of the three-day conference, volunteers participated in interactive workshops with Fresh Air Fund staff and community agency partners. And the goal, the conference, is to increase networking and to increase participation in the program. Now, we spoke to one of the fund representatives for the Lower Adirondacks, Christine Catlin, about the impact Fresh Air Fund has with the children who take part in the program.
It opens up a new world to these children who are from the 5 inner city boroughs that only see cement sidewalks, and they're not used to playing in the grass, running in the fields, catching frogs, hearing fireflies, and especially swimming.
You know, the things that we take for granted that she just mentioned, we see every single day, like this beautiful snowstorm, they just don't get to see it. So when they come up here, it is really a treat. All right, switching from news to weather. After a brief sample of spring-like weather yesterday, the temperatures, guess what? They dropped to their average for this time of year with some snow. Let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's go to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thank you, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponster with your first look weather update here on Look TV. The national forecast tonight shows a few areas of low pressure from basically about Dallas, Texas, warm front extending into the secondary low pressure in Kentucky, stationary front entering portions of the Northeast. We also have a high pressure system from Southeast Canada and also a high pressure system that's also brought in the majorly warm and record-breaking air mass across portions of the Northeast. Well, those times have passed. We'll see overnight lows about 18 in Albany, 17 Burlington, Vermont, 31 in Scranton, Pennsylvania. So more locally will be in the upper teens to maybe lower 20s, mostly cloudy skies. North wind going calm. Heading into Friday, we'll see some snow going to all rain with increasing clouds, mid upper 30s, south wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we take a look at the out the door weather update, basically mid 20s by the end of the 8 a.m. hour, with snow showers possible and, of course, increasing clouds. In our extended forecast, we'll see partial sunshine on Saturday, and you might want to take advantage of any outdoor plans you might have. Mid 40s for highs, overnight lows 31. Rain and snow chances likely on Sunday, 40 the afternoon high, followed by mid 40s with sunshine for Tuesday and Wednesday, and overnight lows in the mid to upper 20s. That was your weather update here on First Look Weather on Look TV. I'm meteorologist Clarence Sponsor. Now I send it back to you, Jesse.
Thanks very much, Clarence. Back to the news. Well, village and town officials in Lake George are discussing the purchase of a new fire truck. It would replace the existing one, which is 24 years old. Well, at a recent meeting, residents expressed concern about increase in taxes to make the purchase. Now, the average homeowner, by the way, with an assessment of about $200,000, would only see an increase of about $21 in the fire tax portion of their tax bill. Well, we spoke to Mayor Bob Blaze, Lake George Village, about these concerns.
It's a very expensive piece of equipment as opposed to a regular pumper or tanker. This truck, for instance, the bid, I think, was $925,000, and a larger aerial piece cost over $1 million. So obviously the taxpayers are concerned. They want to make sure we get the best bang for the buck. And in the end, we've got to make a decision in our next meeting as to whether purchase this truck, as I say, or reject the bids and put it out to bid again.
Up next, I sit down with June Waters. She's a new director, World Awareness Children's Museum in Glens Falls. And she's here to talk with us about her new position and the programming that's going on at the museum, especially over the current winter break. I also sit down with Allison D'Antonio. She's Mission Advancement Director at the Saratoga Regional YMCA. And we're joined by Andrew Bobbitt. He's the CEO of the Y. And they're here to talk about their annual capital campaign, give us an update about the Y and where this money would go. First, you've seen what's happening, you want to share a story idea. How about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. A couple of lookouts. First one goes to everyone. Be careful, winter is back. We got snow today, and after yesterday, people walking around in shorts and T-shirts and stuff. Man alive, what weather. But we are back in winter, so be careful, especially if you're traveling. And two other quick lookouts. One is the World Awareness Museum in Glens Falls. I've been there with my granddaughters, and it's such a magical place. And while the kids are off this week, it's a wonderful place to take them and expose them to something that is really fun and beneficial at the same time. And the last lookout goes to the Saratoga Regional YMCA. The interview that I did with Andrew and with Allison just points to the fact of how important it is that the YMCA is kind of a center for so many of the cultural things that go on in our community and the well-being of our community in terms of health. It's so important. We live in an age right now where communication, real communication, is so important. All right, tonight on Look TV, it's Sold. That's our call-in auction program. Every week, Roger brings in all this great estate jewelry and coins. It's a very popular show. You ought to watch it. And don't forget, you can tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.